Hello and welcome to the islands of Hawaii. Back in November 2023, we took a family trip out to Kauai and the Big Island to experience the islands both above and below the water. For this trip, we were joined by Michelle's parents, exploring the cliffs, beaches, and caves of both of the islands.
Yes. Sneaker.
What's the chickens?
Look at all these chickens. Slow pan on the chickens.
Yeah. Under the water, we found some pretty incredible Pacific diving, highlighted the most by the very curious green turtles we found across Kauai, but more on them later. Michelle's dad even joined us scuba diving for his first time ever after receiving his open water just a few months earlier. Wow, look at that buoyancy. One of the most memorable aspects of Hawaii, hands down, was the landscapes, and this was most apparent on the first island when we took a helicopter tour across Kauai. As a first for us, we did a doors-off helicopter ride, and as you can tell by Michelle's excitement, this added a whole new level to helicopter flying, nothing between you and the landscapes below. Michelle was very excited about this, and I was still figuring it out. During our time in the air, we came across deep jungles, dramatic oceanfront drop-offs, and a huge set of waterfalls covering the island. We even had a chance to visit the northern side of Kauai called the Nepali Coast, known for its dramatic landscapes leading right up to the ocean's edge. Touching down, it was really cool to see the island of Kauai from this point of view. Having the chance to take this helicopter ride was definitely a highlight of the trip. The other standout aspects of both islands had to be the wildlife, with each island bringing with it some pretty cool encounters. On Kauai, I came across the Hawaiian monk seal on a remote part of a beach during a hike. The Hawaiian monk seal is one of the most endangered seal species in the world, with a population of only about 1,500, and can only be found on the Hawaiian Islands. And on the Big Island, we had the opportunity to do the famed Manta night dive, where giant spotlights under the water and snorkelers hanging onto lit rafts would attract plankton for them to feed on most nights. Mantas can often be a rare sighting around the globe, so heading down we were pretty excited about what we might end up seeing. This was hands down one of the biggest highlights of the trip. Weighted down so that you're sitting on the seafloor, divers hang around this large ring of lights called the campfire, while the mantas circle in and out of the water column, feeding on the various sea creatures being drawn in by the lights. Mantas are some of the smartest creatures under the water, and it's really interesting in situations like this to watch them socialize. Different than oceanic mantas, these reef mantas are a bit smaller than their ocean-faring cousins. And these mantas were consistently feeding throughout the entire 40-minute dive, very comfortably swooping over your head and circling throughout the water column. Michelle and I actually took two different boats for this trip, and looking back at the footage, it looks like she had some even closer manta encounters than I did, with several coming in right past eye level with her group. On the other hand, there were some moments of noticeable current that night, and with their positioning around the campfire, Michelle and her group had the occasional swells to deal with, which made it quite the adventure for that group. Overall though, this was a pretty incredible dive, and the chance to so easily get this close to so many mantas so reliably with less than an hour boat ride away from shore is something really unique and special to this area.
This is Michelle posing with a series of sand turtles hanging on the beach.
If you're a long-standing viewer of our videos, you'll know that one of our favorite animals to see is the sea turtle, and Kauai was full of them. Not only on dives though, but on land as well. With an ever-strengthening population of resident green turtles, every evening turtles would consistently pull themselves ashore for the night. One beach in particular, called Poipu Beach, would consistently attract a huge number of turtles, all swimming their way past snorkelers to then pull themselves up onto the sandy beaches.
Wow, look at that. Hello from Hawaii. Michelle and I are currently checking out some turtles on Kauai, and in the next shot, you're going to see us diving with turtles right now. Goodbye.
The Hawaiian green sea turtle, also known as the hanu, is an iconic part of the island chain. During our dives around Kauai, we had a chance to see a ton of turtles, and it was so cool to see the population density at these dive sites from what was previously an endangered species. It was pretty mind-blowing to see this many turtles all in one place. On a single dive, we easily found 30 to 40 turtles, all swimming around us, completely unbothered by the divers. Oftentimes on other dives in other places, we're lucky to see one, maybe even two turtles in other parts of the world. And here we were, literally surrounded on all sides by them. Diving on the island also wasn't just limited to boat dives either. We were lucky enough on this trip to have a shore dive site right off our hotel called Koloa Landing, which was perfect for turtle sightings. With our gear strapped on, Michelle and I did some quick rock scrabbling into a small river and let the current pull us along into the lagoon.
Oh no!
Wow, look at me go!
You're just getting drifted out? Yeah. That's fun.
What's up? It's Chris and Michelle. We're currently on a scuba dive trip. We're kicking out into the sea in order to find turtles. Michelle, where'd you go?
Right here.
She's behind me. The water is colder than expected. Michelle is currently in a 5mm, and I am in nothing.
Inside the lagoon, we came across another healthy population of green turtles, most of which were sleeping amongst the shallower rocks and occasionally taking turns to go up to the surface for air. Once again, this dive site was just covered in turtles, just hiding out behind every rock and turn, crash landing into their sleeping places, and always curious to approach us and check us out. Being a shore dive site, this was one of our favorite moments of the trip. Having the chance to swim among these green turtles all by ourselves, just unexpectedly whizzing past our faces, was just a fantastic experience. And with that, thanks for coming along for our trip to Hawaii. It was a very cool place to visit and was a blast to explore both of these islands. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.